What we have here is a victory for the citizens of Pennsylvania. We have responsible, sustainable spending, $27.656 billion, which keeps the budget within the rate of inflation, but makes key restorations to areas that have been communicated very clearly by citizens in Elk and Clearfield counties, by elected officials, county and other officials. We've been able to make restorations to the education system. Our public schools will be seeing more money than they saw last year. We were able to restore some of the reductions to the human service programs. So we were able to make key restorations to the priorities that citizens communicated to us mattered most, while still making sure that the budget that we approved is setting the responsible priorities by the taxpayers of Pennsylvania, making sure that every taxpayer is getting the most bang for their buck. I believe we've done everything in the most responsible manner possible, and I think that the citizens of Pennsylvania are going to be in good shape going forward for the next year. Under the previous administration, what we had unrealistic revenue projections, which actually enticed the legislature into spending more money than they ever could have expected to have. And so really what was happening was those budgets were based on what the legislature hoped or wished they had instead of what they actually did have. And so what we see now is we see a budget that actually lives within our means. It's responsible, it's sustainable, it's realistic. And I think it's important to look back to last year when opponents of last year's budget claimed that we would have had another $1 billion to spend. And in fact, that wasn't the case at all. We started this budget cycle with a $700 million deficit, and that was after holding back on the money that otherwise the opponents of last year's budget claimed we should have spent. So it's because we were responsible last year that we're able to make the key restorations we can this year and make it so that the government services that people depend on most have been able to be funded in a sustainable way going forward, and it's going to be a good year coming up.